Most men over 40 are doing too much of the wrong kind of cardio, and it's making it harder to lose fat. That's because your body doesn't just respond to how long you move, it responds to the intensity and the type of stress you put it under. When the goal is to burn fat without sacrificing muscle, the way you do cardio matters just as much as how often you do it. And while some forms leave you drained, hungry, and sore, others actually help you recover faster and accelerate fat loss. That's why today we're breaking down the one cardio style that's getting men over 40 absolutely ripped without wrecking their joints or their muscle gains. And make sure you watch till the end because I'm gonna break down the scientifically perfect cardio routine so you can finally see your abs no matter your age. But before I give you the cardio blueprint, we first need to talk about why you'd even do cardio in the first place. Yes, there are plenty of health benefits, but today we're focusing on how it affects your physique. There are really only two primary ways your body burns fat. The first one might surprise you. Early on, when you first started lifting, resistance training itself was a fat-burning stimulus. The novelty of weight training triggered rapid muscle growth, and in order to fuel that growth, your body tapped into stored fat. But over time, your body adapts. Muscle building and fat loss rely on opposing cellular processes, so once that early adaptation phase passes, lifting alone won't cause much fat loss. That brings us to the second and far more reliable mechanism, a calorie deficit. Simply put, if your body burns around 2,500 calories per day and you only eat 2,000, the 500 calorie gap will come from stored energy, mostly body fat. That's fat loss in a nutshell. So, do you need cardio to lose fat? Technically, no, but since cardio helps you burn additional calories, it's an incredibly useful tool for creating that calorie deficit without having to cut your food intake as low. So the real question becomes, how much cardio do you actually need to do? You might be thinking, if cardio helps you burn fat by creating a calorie deficit, why not just do more of it? Well, here's the thing, cardio doesn't burn as much fat as most people think. For example, research by Quinn and colleagues found that more cardio isn't necessarily better. In fact, if you only looked at the data, you might conclude that cardio doesn't do much at all. Part of the reason is that cardio simply doesn't burn that many calories, certainly not as many as those flashy numbers on the treadmill or bike would have you believe. If the display says you burned 500 calories, chances are that number's inflated. According to Harvard Health, a 155-pound person burns around 223 calories from 30 minutes on a stair-step machine. That's roughly the same as eating just 2 bananas. The second issue is adaptation. Our bodies are remarkably efficient at conserving energy. A 2012 study found that people often burn less fat than predicted during cardio sessions, largely for 2 reasons. First, many unconsciously eat more after exercise, and second, their metabolism adapts over time. In other words, as your body senses ongoing calorie restriction, it starts protecting itself by slowing your metabolic rate. That doesn't mean exercise is pointless, it just means it's not as powerful a fat-burning tool as we'd like to think. This is exactly why proper nutrition is the real driver of fat loss. Then there's the third problem, the interference effect. In one study, participants were divided into 3 groups. A strength training group, a cardio group, and a group that did both. The strength-only group gained significantly more strength than the others, showing that too much cardio can actually limit progress from resistance training. Follow-up studies confirm the same. Excessive cardio reduces your ability to gain muscle. So while cardio on its own isn't a magic bullet, the right amount, combined with a well-structured nutrition plan, can absolutely accelerate your results. That's why the goal isn't to do as much cardio as possible, but only as much as necessary. For most people, that means starting with 1 or 2 sessions per week. From there, you can gradually increase your cardio frequency, duration, or intensity as needed throughout your fat loss phase. The next question is, which type of cardio is best? Cardio isn't one size fits all. There are three main types and each has its pros and cons. LISS, or low intensity steady state, is your classic slow and steady cardio, like walking on a treadmill or cycling at a comfortable pace. It's easy on the joints, promotes blood flow, and helps you burn a few extra calories without interfering with recovery. The trade-off is that it simply doesn't burn many calories per minute, so you'll need longer sessions to make a meaningful impact. MICT, or moderate intensity continuous training, includes things like jogging, rowing, or using the elliptical at a steady, challenging pace. This type of cardio offers a strong balance between improving cardiovascular fitness and maintaining recovery. It's intense enough to strengthen your heart and lungs, but not so stressful that it compromises muscle or strength when performed in moderation. For most lifters, this is the sweet spot for building cardiovascular health without interfering with gym performance. If you're over 40 and looking for a way to burn fat, build conditioning, and protect your joints, rowing might be the best form of cardio you're not doing. It's low impact, full body, and easy on the knees and lower back, which makes it perfect for guys like us who want to train hard without paying for it later. And that brings me to the sponsor of today's video, Rake. When most people think of rowing machines, they think of the Concept 2, and for good reason. It's been the gold standard in gyms for years, but the rower I've been using lately, the NovaRow R50, is one of the best value alternatives out there. You're getting that same smooth, powerful resistance you'd expect from a high-end machine for a fraction of the cost. The R50 is Rake's upgraded gold standard in air resistance, featuring 10 adjustable resistance levels with a peak output of up to 110 pounds, so you can tailor each session for fat loss, conditioning, or even muscle growth. It's also known as the best budget Concept 2 alternative, offering comparable performance and durability at about half the price. It's built to handle bigger guys, up to 350 pounds and 6'10". The rail is solid, the seat is cushioned and ergonomic, and the handle is comfortable even during longer sessions. It folds up easily and rolls out of the way when you're done. You also get full Bluetooth integration, so you can track your stats, sync to Apple Health or KinoMap, and even row virtual courses if you want that extra push. Right now, Rake is hooking up my viewers with 15% off the R50. Just use the code you see on the screen. To grab yours, click the link in the description, enter the code, and start training smarter. And the final type of cardio is HIIT, or high-intensity interval training. This is the most time-efficient option, but it's also the most physically demanding. Instead of maintaining a constant pace, HIIT alternates between short bursts of near-max effort and periods of active recovery. For example, you might do 6 rounds on a recumbent bike, 20 seconds of all-out pedaling, followed by 60 seconds of light cycling to bring your heart rate back down. A 1-to-3 work-to-rest ratio works well for most people. One of the major benefits of HIIT is the afterburn effect, technically called excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. This is where your body continues to burn extra calories after the workout ends. It's not hundreds of calories like some claim, but you might burn an additional 25 to 50 calories in the 24 hours that follow. HIIT can be effective when used sparingly, but it also comes with a higher recovery cost. If overdone, it can limit performance in the gym. So, what's the best type of cardio for fat loss? Your ideal cardio routine will usually include both LISS and MICT, with HIIT added occasionally when time is tight or variety is needed. LISS provides low-impact calorie burn and supports recovery, while MICT offers a more efficient way to build cardiovascular fitness without impairing muscle growth. Now that we understand what the best types of cardio are, let's go over the timing. One study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that when cardio is done immediately before a resistance training session, lifting performance is significantly compromised. Performing cardio immediately after lifting, however, may also negatively influence muscle hypertrophy. One study published in the Journal of Sports Science and Medicine compared two groups. One group who performed cardio immediately after lifting, and another group who separated their cardio and lifting sessions. They found that the group who separated their cardio and weightlifting into separate days experienced more than double the muscle growth. Another study comparing the training adaptations from 0, 6, and 24-hour separation of strength and aerobic workouts found that while 6 hours was better than 0, training twice per day was not optimal for neuromuscular and aerobic improvements. And while a 24-hour separation between cardio and resistance training may be best, this may not be practical for most trainees. In that case, aim to separate your cardio and lifting sessions by a minimum of 6 hours. Now that you understand the different types of cardio as well as when to perform them, let's go over a simple cardio routine you can follow if you want to get absolutely ripped without crushing your joints in the process. When it comes to LISS, keep each session between 20 and 60 minutes. Start on the shorter end and build up as needed. You can perform LISS more frequently than other forms of cardio without much, if any, interference with your lifting progress. For MICT, aim for 20 to 45 minutes, about 2 to 3 times per week. This intensity is challenging but sustainable and provides the greatest cardiovascular benefit with the least recovery cost. For HIIT, keep it to 5 to 8 rounds once per week at most. Too much will only cut into your recovery and performance in the gym. Here's how your cardio could progress across a fat loss phase. Weeks 1 to 4. Monday, 30 minutes of MICT. Thursday, 30 minutes LISS. Weeks 5 to 8. Monday, 40 minutes of MICT. Thursday, 45 minutes of LISS. Saturday, 6 rounds of HIIT. Weeks 9 to 12. Monday, 45 minutes of MICT. Thursday, 60 minutes of LISS. Saturday, 8 rounds of HIIT. Weeks 13 to 16. Monday, 45 minutes of MICT. Thursday, 60 minutes of LISS. Saturday, 8 rounds of HIIT. Sunday, 45 minutes of LISS. Remember, cardio should only be added as needed. When fat loss stalls, you have two choices: increase cardio or decrease calories. Never do both at once. And if you start feeling run down deeper into a cut, replace one or more of your HIIT sessions with LISS or MICT to reduce fatigue while keeping your energy expenditure high. And if you're still struggling to burn fat and get ripped, grab a copy of my Shred 40 Fat Loss Guide. This is a science-based fat loss program created specifically for men over 40 who want to get absolutely shredded without sacrificing their muscle mass, and right now you can grab a copy completely free. Just click the link in the description, enter your name and email, and get instant access. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below so YouTube hopefully shows this to more people. And if you're not already subscribed, I would truly appreciate it if you were as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.